3-on-3 multiplayer only online shooter. Basically, we took the third-person shooter genre, turned it on its head. Unlike other shooters, you don't move freely around the map. You actually select cover points and go from cover point to cover point. So right now, we're just filling up our 6-player lobby, and we're going to go into one of our maps in the team deathmatch mode, which is pretty well known. You know, just basically killing the enemy. That's the thing. So yeah, one of the things about our maps is that, you know, we designed it for 3-on-3 gameplay. So it's going to be a fairly intimate experience, but as you'll see, you're not going to have anything lacking in terms of shooting at stuff. I mean, your numbers are augmented by the kill streak rewards, which are drones. So basically, like in the middle of battle, as you get kills, you're going to be spawning robots that essentially fight for your team. So there's always plenty to shoot. In the final game, we're going to have 21 weapons, 17 abilities, and 5 specializations. Basically, specializations are passive buffs, which just, you know, they're just always applied to you throughout the match. Abilities are active abilities that you activate by pressing the right bumper on the controller. And we have stuff from, you know, grenades all the way through teleportation, you know, some pretty advanced stuff. And then, of course, guns are your boomsticks. So use left stick to strafe alongside of cover. You're going to hit Y to go over cover, and in order to move to a different point on the map, you're going to look there and hit A, and you just fly there. B will send you back. So B is kind of like, oh no, I got to get out of here. Someone just threw a grenade. So right now we're playing on a map called Cache. Basically, it's kind of like an ammo depot for the Paladin faction. So we have 2 modes of fire. Right trigger without holding down left trigger will just do a blind fire similar to other third-person shooters. And then holding left trigger will aim. So you're going to see a lot of combat inside of the close quarters of cover. So you'll see that there's going to be a lot of blind firing done because that's the most efficient use of your fire during this time. And then if you're going to engage targets at a distance, you're going to aim. So we're going to bring out our Warbringer here. Now the Warbringer is kind of like a large flying tank that basically lets, you know, just provide supporting fire, allows you to cover more area of the map. He basically patrols around. If he hears a firefight, he'll actually go toward it. He's got his own behavior. So we have the 2 factions. We're playing a Paladin right now, which is kind of like the human faction. And then there's the variant faction, which is like the black and the white guys. Those guys are, you know, essentially from another universe, here to declare war on the planet. The differences between the 2 factions are purely aesthetic. We did that on purpose for gameplay reasons, because gameplay is really king in hybrid. We have a very unique experience. So we wanted to keep the faction differences just superficial so that people could, hey, I like how these guys look better, so I'll choose them, but it's not going to like detract from the experience. Also, as you can see, we have ceiling cover. You know, you're upside down, no big deal. Because we are limited to cover, moving from cover to cover, we could put cover really anywhere. On some of our other maps, we will even have cover on the walls. Kind of tilt the camera a little bit to show that you're at an angle. This is actually one of our smaller maps. So you're going to see a lot of close quarters combat in this map, a lot of frantic movement. So in our team deathmatch mode, it's basically a race to 25 kills. So they're actually pretty close in this match here. So as you see him playing, you'll see a lot of these XP tickers counting up, right? Now, a lot of games have that. That's not very unique to hybrid. However, how we use the player's XP is very unique. And it actually feeds into our massive community feature that I'll show you after this match. So because hybrid is so different, being a master at hybrid requires different skill sets than other shooters. Managing your bots, knowing like where the enemy is, knowing like, how to get to the safe side of cover. These are all different skill sets that the players are going to be able to develop, different from other shooters. So we're going to see that the XP tallies up at the end of the mission here. See how we did. All right. So we got over 3,000 XP. That's not bad, actually. You see that we have personal progression as well. But what's really unique about Hybrid is what we do with that XP. So as we level up and as we gain XP inside the battle, you'll see that the army we were playing for, the Paladins, their front line gets pushed forward, and that's totally dependent on how much XP we get in that match. And everyone playing Hybrid is on the same server. Right? This is not a single player experience at all. This is actually on a global scale. You're competing and playing with all Hybrid players globally on this world map. And if we were to zoom out again, we'd see that it's actually this huge world war. So you could select an area to fight, you could zoom in, see how the fight is progressing on one of these districts, and contribute your XP to it. So yeah, that's Hybrid. Hybrid is coming out in the Summer of Arcade Showcase on Xbox Live Arcade.